Under the lights of Rice-Eccles Stadium, a comfortable 80-degree evening and partly cloudy skies provide the perfect backdrop as Thursday night college football heads to Salt Lake City. The 19th-ranked Utah Utes begin a new era tonight as they host FCS West, a.k.a. the Idaho Vandals, in their 2026 season opener. Utah enters the year fresh off an outstanding 11-2 campaign capped by a Las Vegas Bowl victory over Nebraska, but this season brings major change. Legendary head coach Kyle Whittingham retired before eventually joining the Michigan Wolverines, handing the reins to longtime defensive coordinator Morgan Scalley. On the field, the Utes are led by preseason second-team All-Big 12 senior quarterback Devin Dampier, who hopes to cap his collegiate career with another championship run. A new coach, familiar expectations, and another season of Utah football begin tonight. Idaho and 19th-ranked Utah are ready to kick it off.
Glad to have you along from Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. A Week 1 showdown between two teams hoping to get things started on a great note. It's the River Toads and the Utah Utes. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Utah is turning the page with a new head coach, Morgan Scalley, for the first time in decades. Kyle Whittingham was a longtime coach there, built consistent success, back-to-back Rose Bowls, but by his side was Morgan Scalley, and when I interviewed him, he said, "My logo has never changed." He's played at Utah, been an assistant coach at Utah, and will now lead the Utes into a new era. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Utes kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the River Toads offense will have first crack at this one. And now the transfer, junior wide receiver. He's gritty, great attention to detail, solid hands. He'll have to be accounted for in this passing attack. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Back to pass on second down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This offense comes out clearly wanting to throw the football. Nothing good on first down with incompletion. And how about this? You've got to protect your quarterback. That is priority number one, and they give up a sack on play two.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
And it's hard to imagine starting a game any better than this defense has. 2 sacks on the opening drive of the game. Something that they pride themselves on. If they get you in these types of situations, they can pin their ears back and get after you. They've got multiple guys that can be a factor when it comes to rushing the quarterback. You're seeing that very early here in this game.
Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. Catches it at the 30. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So the Utah Utes offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. Something to watch in this game. Will he be able to attack this secondary, particularly the one corner that has had his share of issues? Wants to throw. It's Dampier. It's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. To the air on second down. Complete. Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Whistles as we have a man down on the field. That's the senior safety being evaluated by medical personnel. Holly will let us know what's going on with him. Looking to throw on 1st down. Firing deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Here's a gift to Parker. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though, and you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. What an absolute howitzer he unleashed off his foot.
Well, the head coach has to like that. It's the first drive of the entire year. You did some good stuff on the drive. You get yourself in field goal range. Most important, you come away with points to kick this season off.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Couldn't find room for the big play. He'll be stopped after a short return as the coverage unit right on top of it. Finds a little space. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Got a man, it's Clark. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The River Toads in the hurry-up.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
And now the River Toads with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. He wants to throw it again. Complete. And that won't quite be enough for the 1st down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. Trying to keep the drive alive. He'll be brought down. They'll mark it at the 31-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. The River Toads come to the line with a new set of downs. Snagged out of the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got him. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On the option, the pitch. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Dead center perfect. And that field goal is going to tie us up here in the 1st quarter. Looking for blockers. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll run the option. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play. Didn't get much on 1st down, it's 2nd and 9. They'll try the counter. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. Now looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 26. To the air, it's Dampier. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. The Utes will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Fires to the big fella. It's amazing how fluid and potent an offense can seem when you get a great pickup on 1st down, and the tight end's a terrific place to go.
Tight ends nowadays are kind of like cheat codes. I mean, they just know so much about right here. Seeing zone, know when to sit it down, boom, positive yards, nice positive play for this offense.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the 2nd. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. And now the River Toads will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catches it at the 15. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Snags it, and he's open. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. Keeps it on the draw. Glides to the ground, picks up the 1st down, and avoids the hit. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Parker. Fights off a defender. All right, guys, let's take a beat here and think about Utah. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously, some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day 1, game 1. Make that 1st impression.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run play action. Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. You hate to see this, all of the work in the offseason and injury this early in the year. Handoff for Parker. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Motion from the wide receiver. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
On that RPO, the QB is just trying to keep it himself and see if he can get the first down, but nothing doing. He wasn't able to spring free, just too much speed defensively, and now it sets up fourth down.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead. Bringing it out. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to... And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Back to pass. Steps away to find some room. Avoids the punishment with the slide, and a good gain on that run. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The River Toads will bring the punt team onto the field. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions, Jesse.
Yeah, this is an offense that takes a lot of pride in execution, and they feel like they should have scored a touchdown every single drive. So while it's been good, not great, David, just execute a little bit better, and they could put this one in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think you point that out. We went all the way down the field on 2 of our first 3 drives and got field goals. Now, just a little better execution when that field starts to shrink and it gets a little bit more difficult.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Now the play fake. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. Running inside, it's Parker. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Utes will line it up on 1st and 10. Trying the run, it's Parker. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. He's now piled up 68 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. Oh, he got loose, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Utes! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush the passer. This offense has got to find a way to get the ball out quicker and protect better up front.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Using his legs to buy some time. Across the 25, he's got room. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. Timeout called by the Utes, that's their first. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Back to throw, it's Dampier. On the move, he fires. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going to try to get it himself. Made a defender miss. Turning it on. And how about that run? A huge gain and the slide at the end.
How nice is it to be an offensive coordinator and you call a pass play, but your guy turns it into an explosive run? Like, that is so much fun to call. Good protection up front, but he just sees space so well. They drop back, he finds the holes, and, man, before you know it, he's just chewing up yards and making big plays.
This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires quickly. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Running the red zone, it's Parker. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Before they snap the ball on 2nd down, timeout is called. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. Good, right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Handoff from the shotgun. Good gain there. Picks up the 1st down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. Set up for the 1st down play, and they're going to call a timeout and talk it over instead. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Finds his man. It's Beasley. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock.
He's brought down at the 38-yard line. That's a 1st down for the offense.
And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Oh, and he missed it. No good. That one may sting a little, guys. Instead of getting it down to 10, feeling good about things, still a 13-point lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with Colorado taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And it's the Buffaloes able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Now back to your game at Rice-Eccles Stadium. This running back is enjoying one very productive day. He's the bell cow for this team. They are not afraid to give him the ball, and he's a big reason why they're 2 quarters from a win. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
And now the River Toads will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. They're dealing with a second and long. Scanning the field, it's Dampier. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Now trying to keep this drive alive on third and long from the 45. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. A give running right is Parker. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. The Utes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. To the air on first down. Here's a heat. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Makes a catch right in the middle of a danger zone. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. Quick step and go. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping through the defense. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And the Utes come to the line in the hurry-up.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy, because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has elite speed. You saw it on that option play.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Back to pass, it's Dampier. Quick spin on the ride. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. This is a designed run. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. The play action fake. Working that left side now. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Utah! Let's see. He can block, he can catch, he can run. Yeah, let's just forget about the blocking for now. The catching, the running, the scoring is dangerous.
And they do the dirty work, but this is what they would prefer to do. These guys want to catch touchdown passes. Most of these guys were wide receivers in high school, and they show you why. They'll go up, get that football, make plays for their quarterback.
And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the River Toes make their way onto the field to open the drive. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He can't make the catch, had it right in his hands, and it'll be fourth down. The River Toads will line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. He'll take it on the return. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Dropping back, it's Dampier. Finds the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain.
There's a crease. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, a quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Parker. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He'll try to get to the marker himself. A big 3rd down stop by this defense, but they are still in field goal range. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. Absolutely center cut, and that will extend their lead even further. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Handoff from the gun. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He'll try it again. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And now the River Toads send out the punt unit. High and away, headed toward the sideline, just the way he drew it up. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. Goes to the option. The keeper on the option. There he goes. Touchdown, Utes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And if I'm a DC, I'm throwing my throat. I'm throwing my hands up in the air. What do you want me to do? I mean, this is unbelievable, having a guy this dynamic at the quarterback spot that can take it 50-plus and make it look that easy. You stop him.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Hauls it in.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Here comes the heat. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The River Toads will try to pin them back with the punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. They'll run for it. It's Parker. Got enough for the first. Still running at the 40. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The Utes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. He's got an open man. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter. We've reached a break. It's Utah holding the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. He'll set up to throw. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback keep. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Utah!
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. He'll start this drive firing. Throws to the wideout. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. It's complete to the left. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw, it's Dampier. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Just ran over him. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Catch in the middle, it's Beasley. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. And now the River Toads come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A little screen to the running back. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Tight end now in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it set up on the outside. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Picked up some yardage on that completion, but still a 3rd down. Wants to keep it in the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The River Toads line up to punt it away. And the punt will go into the...
All right, I think we can get the backups in there for the Utes. 43-3 with only 6:36 left to go in the game. Let's get the backups some reps here.
Touchback. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the 1st half and starting off the 2nd half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. On the option. Keeps it himself. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Bray. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That's the sophomore running back there taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. reads it, fires complete. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Utes are rolling down the field. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The inside handoff. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. On the option. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's the handoff. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. The Utes will call on their punt team. He can get this one up in the wind. It ought to carry for a while. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Fakes to grab. Worked his way ahead for a pickup of about 6 yards on the play. Clock stops. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. Here comes the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And now the River Toads decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. On the run, it's Bray. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The run inside. It's Bray. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
I didn't know Utah did that light the U thing. That's kind of cool. So Utah has a slow start in the first quarter. Number 19 Utah, I should say, has a slow start in the first quarter and then kind of opens it up in the second half, eventually winning comfortably by 40 points over FCS West/Idaho. Taking a look at the team stats, Utah had the edge in first downs 24-8, total offense 561 to 158, rushing yards 381 to 30. Passing yards 180 to 128. Third down conversion percentage 20% to 0 for FCS West. Turnovers, neither team had a turnover. And time of possession battle was won by Utah by about 9.5 minutes. Taking a look at the player stats, Devin Dampier for Utah had a pretty good game. His completion percentage wasn't great, but he finishes 13 of 23 for 166 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. It was even better on the ground for him. FCS West quarterback Rob McShell finishes 16 of 35 for 128 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher for FCS West was Johnson Jensen, 8 carries for 26 yards for him. For Utah, they were led by Devin Dampier, 10 carries for 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wayshawn Parker added 164 yards on 20 carries and a touchdown, so big day on the ground for the Utes. Leading receiver for Utah was Creed Whittemore, 4 catches for 52 yards, though Sione Motua-Puaka had the only receiving touchdown for Utah. For FCS West, they were led by... This guy had 4 catches for 0 yards. They were led by Jemmy Kinsley, 4 catches for 33 yards. I guess you could say Tommy Beasley had a better day, 3 catches for 46 yards for him. Leading blocker for FCS West was Zachary Cumberland with 3 pancakes. For Utah, it was Isaiah Garcia with 7 pancakes. Defensive leaders for the Utes, they were led in total tackles by Jackson Benny with 6. Tackles for loss, it was a tie between Elijah Reed and Lucas Samsula, each with 3. Sacks, they were led by Anthony Ioane with 1.5. And there were no interceptions for the Utes. For FCS West, no interceptions. Brent Lilly and Sincere Bradley tied for the team lead in sacks with 1 each. Brent Lilly led the team in tackles for loss with 2. And Mac Evans III led the team in total tackles with 13. Kicking stats for FCS West, Brock Quinn made 1 of his 2 field goal attempts. The one he made was from 23 yards out. No extra point attempts for Brock Quinn. For Utah, Dylan Curtis made all 5 of his field goal attempts with a long of 61. He was also 4 of 4 on extra point attempts. Perfect day for him. Punting for Utah, Orion Phillips had 3 punts for an average of 55.3 yards per punt. For FCS West, Cam Beacons had 10 punts for an average of 60 yards per punt. Great day for him, even though he was overworked. Looking at the kickoff returns for FCS West, Braxton Brothers had 4 returns for an average of 15.7 yards per return, and Cliff McMichael had 2 returns for an average of 15.5 yards per return. For Utah, Creed Whittemore had 1 return for 21 yards. Punt returns for Utah, Creed Whittemore had 7 returns for an average of 9.4 yards per return, and Ricky Johnson had 1 return for 4 yards. For FCS West, they had no punt returns whatsoever. Taking a look at the scoring summary, Utah got on the board first with a 61-yard field goal from Dylan Curtis. FCS West answered right back with a 23-yard field goal from Brock Quinn, and it was all tied up at 3 after 1. Second quarter, Utah starts to pull away. They get a 27-yard field goal from Dylan Curtis, a 14-yard touchdown run from Wayshawn Parker, and another field goal from Dylan Curtis, this time from 26 yards out. It was 16-3, Utah up at half. In the third quarter, Utah adds a 21-yard touchdown pass from Devin Dampier to Sione Motua-Puaka. They get a 45-yard field goal from Dylan Curtis and a 82-yard touchdown run from Devin Dampier. It was 33-3 Utes going into the fourth. Then the fourth, Dampier gets 1 more touchdown run, this time from 8 yards out, and then Curtis adds 1 more field goal from 39 yards out. That gives you your final score of number 19 Utah 43 and FCS West / Idaho 3. So a dominant win, 40-point win. Utah might have liked to see a little bit better effort, but you're never going to turn down a 40-point win, even if it's against an FCS school, right? So the headline says home field advantage. The Utah Utes are now 1-0 after defeating FCS West at Rice-Eccles Stadium. You can see the players of the game with Devin Dampier for Utah and Tuffy Clark, I guess, for FCS West. I'm not sure what he did in the game. Utah, obviously a much higher rated team, and we're looking at Utah's schedule here. They will face Arkansas at home next week in a Big 12 versus SEC matchup. That could be a pretty good game, but it's at Utah, so you'd still expect Utah to win. Next game coming your way here in Week 1 is going to be a Friday night game, a 6 p.m. kickoff between San Jose State and Eastern Michigan. We've seen both teams already in Week 0. San Jose State lost to... Where are they at? Right in front of my face. Right here. They lost to number 15 USC. And Eastern Michigan, we saw them defeat Sacramento State 21-13. So that'll be the next game coming your way in Week 1. But from Salt Lake City, Utah, the Utah Utes, ranked 19th in the country, get a comfortable 43-3 win over FCS West / Idaho, and we will see you next time.